Hey everyone, Tutum back with some Spyral gameplay. This time I'm not the one doing the gameplay. This replay was given to me by KevinOG. He's a relatively well-known, like, from 2019-2020 European YCS player. He played a lot of Spyrals during that time period when Spyral was live and doing well with like an Orchest engine and Dangers. And he has given me this replay to show a cool, like, his version of a danger list, a danger Spyral list, where he does things differently from what I do. I figured it'd be really cool to show that off. So this hand is a Super Agent plus Resort plus Roda hand. This is, 4 pieces of gas, and of course he drew the Psyframe driver. I believe Kevin runs Psyframe Gamma just to beat Maxi going first. It's a really good anti-Maxi card if you can fit the driver in there without worrying too much about it, because it puts, link material on your board and stops Maxi. Alright, his opponent is not going to have any interaction with him in this game, I don't believe. He's going to try to bait out an Ash with the Resort first. They don't do anything, so he's going to set up the Drone plus Agent combo. It's okay to go for the Drone Agent combo in pretty much any Spyral combo shell, as long as you have one more extender, or you don't think your opponent can beat a big Appaloosa, one way or the other. He's going to stack the top of the deck with Drone, and it's a Dark Magician player. A Dark Magician player with no hand traps is probably doomed here no matter what. So at this point, we just get to have fun and see how the combo goes. Basically a combo tutorial at this point. So this is the regular Drone plus Agent combo, but he does have a little extra sauce thrown in at the end. So he's going to call the top card correctly, get Master Plan, get Assault. This is all the same Drone plus Agent combo you've seen before. He's going to go ahead and just play the Resort to play it, get a Reinforcement to get Greffer. Now, Greffer is a very interesting card in Spyral Dangers, as I've shown before, but in this case, he's not going to use it to like do a full combo with Nessie or something. He's just going to use it as a free special summon. And this is one of the great things about Dark Greffer is he's actually going to search out his second Master Plan like with the Resort. Most of the time in Spyral decks, Master Plan is just a hard brick in your hand unless you get really lucky and like have a discard outlet. But with Dark Greffer, your deck has more discard outlets that turn into special summons. So going for a Master Plan here was even better. So he's going to special summon Dark Greffer, and this maintains his material on the board. He can go into Barricade Board Blocker without losing his Double Helix, which is great. This like allows him to get his quick fix on the board without having to like go into a second Double Helix or anything like that. So he's going to chain block his Master Plan as per usual. He's going to go get quick fix in a Resort. This Resort's to go get Sleeper as per usual off the Master Plan search. As you can see, he's a really dedicated Spyral player because all of his Spyral cards are hollow. He's going to special summon Quick Fix off the Assault, go get Big Red bag Master Plan, the usual Spyral loops. He's going to go get another Rescue Mission. He's going to turn Quick Fix and Link Rebo, and here's where the spiciness starts. He's going to go into Link Rebo, not just to get Quick Fix as a discard outlet for Rescue Mission, but he's actually going to be turn on a card called Curious, something you may have seen in some Danger iterations. It was really popular in older Spyral decks in the 2020-2019 era because of cards like the super powerful cards that you could bend to your graveyard, and it was much easier to get into with Dangers. But he's going to do it off a regular Spyral line. Like you can run this kind of setup even in regular Spirals without Dangers, because you can go Link Rebo plus Barricade Board Blocker plus Master Plan to go into Curious. You do lose one Link material in the process, but the interesting thing about Kevin's deck is he is not running Tri-Gate Wizard, so maintaining perfect Link material is not important to him. He runs a separate combo, and that Curious enables. He's going to go ahead and bend Destrudo off Curious. He's going to go ahead and get his Rescue Mission and loop back off with Master Plan. This is just like playing tightly. Get his last Rescue Mission. And he's going to use all 3 of these, including a Curious and Double Helix, a total of 6 Link material, just to make a 3 material Appaloosa, right? That's not even a full power Appaloosa, but he doesn't need anything else. All he needs is the quick fix on the field to enable Destrudo. He has to go into Appaloosa at this point with those creatures, because he's going to do a different combo that I haven't shown you before that's really powerful in Master Duel. First he's going to go into Halka Fibrax. This is the Halka Fibrax combo, where you go into a Jet Synchron. Now, people who are familiar with the Halka Fibrax Mecha Phantom Beast Auroradon combo, which is what he's going into now, might think, oh, Jet Synchron, and why is that? Like, the regular Auroradon combo in TCG uses Despot 0-1, because it special summons itself once you use your Auroradon. The fun thing about Auroradon in this kind of list is Spirals is really good with Jet Synchron. I hope my previous videos might have shown just how powerful Jet Synchron, even as a standalone card in regular Spyral list is, but in Danger Spirals, it's even more powerful for obvious reasons. But he's going to use it as like a Deskbot 01 impersonator that has other versatility in other hands. And he's going to use Mecha Phantom Auroradon to go into Mecha Phantom Beast O-Lion, a card that is banned in TCG, I believe, that is incredibly powerful and available in Master Duel. So Auroradon is going to be able to get him immediately into a Borreload Savage Dragon, a card you might be familiar with from different videos that I've shown. And Borreload's going to use Curious in this instance. Like in most Spyral combos I've shown, I use Selene, but it's 3 negates one way or the other. That's going to trigger his O-Lion while chain blocking his dragon, I guess, but that doesn't really matter. But the Auroradon plus the Jet Synchron goes to Herald of Arclight. And this is a combo that's very common in TCG with Deskbot, but Jet Synchron is just a way more powerful card in other situations, and the Spyral Danger List is already running it. So why not get a Auroradon combo plus Herald of the Arclight? He's going to drop his Sleeper, equip his Last Resort, and he did all of that with a big old Driver Garnet in hand. I don't think he's also got an extra Rescue in the graveyard just hanging out as follow-up for the next turn, right? That's how powerful this combo was. He had a spare Rescue mission. And look at all these cards in the graveyard, right? He's got so much gas in here. And this is basically a full Spyral combo board by a different means, right? He's got an Appaloosa on 3 materials instead of the usual 2, which is slightly better. He does have the Sleeper, Last Resort set up, and the Borreload. But instead of a Tri-Gate Wizard, which is a really powerful Omni-Negate with a Banish attached to it, he has a Herald of the Arclight. Now, Herald is better in some ways from Tri-Gate, worse in a couple of others. The main way it's better is it acts as a Floodgate, right? It stops your opponent from sending cards from their deck to their graveyard. This is really good against certain decks, like, you know, notoriously Tri-Zoo loves sending their kits and their Nervals to the graveyard off their own effects to get more gas and to set up their Revolts and their Tri-Brigade effects. This card's a great Floodgate against that while functioning as a similar Omni-Negate to Tri-Gate Wizard. Not quite as ubiquitous as Tri-Gate Wizard. Tri-Gate Wizard is the hard negate on any activation, and then a Banish, which is a little bit more powerful than Arclight, but not by much, right? I will say one of the small downsides of this board is technically, you know, if they could play a creature, if they could like bait your Sleeper and then play a creature and attack into your Herald, that could get rid of an Omni-Negate and allow them to do some things. But if your opponent's giving up their battle phase to break your board just by killing a Herald, they're probably screwed next turn when you have your entire Spyral follow-up with like Rescue Mission and your extra Resort. And as we saw earlier, when he stacked the top of the deck, he's going to get another Resort back, obviously. If it's a Dark Griffer in the deck, this is just ancillary upkeep stuff. Doesn't really matter. His opponent's playing a Dark Magician deck. I don't think Dark Magician can possibly play through 2 negates and a pop. So obviously Borreload's going to negate. When you see a spell you want to negate, just pop your Borreload, keep your Herald alive. And at this point, it's all said and done, right? We know one card in hand's Magician's Rod, which does nothing. And the opponent concedes, right? That's all there is to it. And that's how Spyral works sometimes. Yeah, so that's the Mecha Phantom Beast Auroradon package in the Spyral Danger Archetype. Now, like I said, he does not run Tri-Gate Wizard. He also runs like an Abyss Driller, which you can kind of get into pretty frequently off, like, you know, the same way you'd go into Adgaris, like with a Mothman and a Super Agent or a Greffer or an Armageddon Knight. You have a bunch of 4s that you kind of float around in the deck. And also he runs IP Masquerena, which is a lot better in this deck because you're not running Tri-Gate, right? In a Tri-Gate setup, having an IP Masquerena sitting on the field is really hard because normally you have a Phoenix, a Helix, a Tri-Gate, and an Appaloosa. You have no link zones to put that Masquerena. With some extra material, or like a slightly more powerful hand, like a Magician Souls or a Dark Greffer or Nessie opening or something, he can go into this IP Masquerena on top of the Appaloosa and have another interaction on his opponent's turn. You know, discarding a Psy-Frame Driver off a Unicorn to spin a card on his opponent's side of the board. So that's like one of the many like benefits this version of the deck runs, and it's not as link climb heavy, like it's not as reliant on the link climbing strategy as basic Spyrals are. I hope you guys like that. If you have any questions, I might be able to answer them, but hey, come into the Discord. KevinOG is really active in there. We talk all the time. He's a really great like insight. He's a really great tactical mind. Like he's really good in deck building and the Spyral archetype. Thanks guys. Have a good one.